Hey everybody, this is our shearing shed. I'm going to go over how to use this machine today. So here's a lock, and then if you step on this, it helps to have this thing come open. So this is our hydraulic shear. And it's made by TrueFab. The distance between here and over here is 4 feet wide. That's because most sheet metal that you buy is 4 feet wide and maybe 8 feet long, 12 feet long, that kind of thing. So the 4 feet pieces will fit in here no problem. A couple of things that you should know about is that inside of here, the metal is very sharp, and many students have got cut in here. So safety-wise, is you want to wear gloves, wear some welding gloves, which we have, and be really careful of the corners here and stuff like this when you grab things. When you go behind it, the machine should not be on. And when you have to go back here and get your metal, be careful. You can definitely cut yourself. Machine right here, you can tell it says motor start and stop. That's basically on, off, okay? And then over here, this is really important to understand. So the black numbers are inches. So in other words, if I put metal inside the machine right now, so let me just grab a piece of metal here. Here's a piece of metal. And with the metal here, I could put it right here, and then right here it's gonna stop. See, it stops because it's stopping at 5.7 inches. And so this knob here, when I change to the left, forward, see what's happening? So if I want to cut something that's 1.5 inches, I could cut it. So basically, if I want to cut something 3 inches, I would go like this, wait till the black number's at 3. Now right here, this thing does nothing. But if I press it in, I can keep going like this, and I can do it so I get exactly at 3 inches. Right there. See that? So this thing has to be pressed in to do fine movements. And then when I'm moving this kind of thing, what's happening is that this is moving backwards and forward. Okay? So if I turn it on right now, let me say one more thing. It'll cut right now, no problem, but on the machine, this edge here is the best place to put your metal. So I move this metal over here, it's going to be better because this is square to the blade. In a perfect world, this would be square also, like the back blade would be square, but definitely moving your metal against this is best. So this here is bad. See that gap there? And then this here is also not good. So move your metal against and then straight back until it hits the backstop. Safety-wise, this machine's pretty safe. I can't even get my fingers in here if I tried. I mean, so it's really quite safe. But there's a big old blade going to come down here, and you want to make sure no one's behind the machine. Now, here's the foot pedal. The foot pedal has 2 switches. The foot pedal has 2 switches. One is at here's your foot, but there's another switch back here. See that? That's one switch. So you have to do this first and then your foot pedal. So it's going to go this and then down. If you just tap your foot down, it won't go. It's like a safety switch, like a child safety thing. You got to go in with your foot and then down. Okay? All right, so when it comes to welding, oftentimes we're cutting our pieces of metal into 4-inch wide by 2-inch pieces. So remember, 4 by 2. And this is all for practice. We're not doing, precision cuts. And so oftentimes, if I say, hey, you and your buddy go cut some metal, you'll come out here, we'll help you get the right kind of metal. And you might set the machine to, say, 2 inches, and you'll cut 2-inch strips. And you'll bring out all those strips. You can pull out this out, pull that out, pull out all your strips, push this back, and then you can line up all your strips on here. You might have strip, 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 all right here. And then what's going to happen is you could just cut them and not worry about using this part, because we're just doing, cuts that we don't care about how perfect they are. So, for example, scoot it up, scoot it up. All right, this makes sense. So if you cut 4-inch strips first, you cut it all into 4-inch strips and then adjust this to 2, or vice versa. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to get you to possibly help cut some metal. And then we have a bunch of 2 by 4-inch pieces. And that's how we cut metal for welding oftentimes. Now, a couple things. How can you screw up out here? How can you mess up? The biggest answer is by putting something too thick in here. In general, if you can't slide the metal in here, it's definitely too thick. But right here, it says maximum thickness. Steel, 0.120. That's the max thickness, okay? About a 1/16. For stainless steel, which I know you might not know what that is, it's even thinner because it's harder. And for aluminum, it's a bit softer, so it can be a bit thicker. But this is important. And if you have metal that's really, really thin, like over here, we have some metal that's really thin, it might instead of cut it, it might just bend it. But in general, everything you see here can do it. Now, just to give you an example right here. Here's some metal here. That's about a 1/4 inch thickness. You could not cut that on the hydraulic shear. If you have some 1/8 inch aluminum, it's right there on the border. So when in doubt, ask. But the first time out here will probably get you set up. But certainly cutting some metal to go weld is something that everyone needs to learn how to do. And again, you can cut 4 feet wide by however long. And when I buy metal, I'll buy metal pieces like 4 by 10 feet. And that's to save money, because if we cut it here in half, that saves me $15. And then we'll put the smaller pieces over here. So again, what's this machine called? Hydraulic shear. And how many buttons are there for the foot switch? 2. What do the black numbers represent? Inches. What do the white numbers represent? Decimals of an inch. Can this be used for getting fine movements on here? Yes. Safety-wise, your fingers should be a foot away or more. 12 inches away or more, your fingers should be from the blade. Safety, no one should be back here when the machine's on. You shouldn't try and catch the metal. So this is all clear back here. If there's two people doing this, the person that's standing where I'm standing, kind of to the side, is the operator, the person making the call. The person that's back here, second person, they're listening for instructions from the main person. And we also might use some sawhorses like this. And if we have a large piece of metal, we might line up one or two of these devices just so we don't have to use so much muscle. So sometimes we have an 8-foot piece. We got it on 2 of these guys. So that's it for this machine. Again, be careful out here. Everything is sharp. And many people have gotten small cuts from this metal. So wear gloves. Thanks for watching.